viewers, I am your mentor Muhammad Tariq, and today we are picking up the topic of building material lab. The practical I am going to cover is the efflorences of bricks. This is from the first semester of Diploma Engineering. So we'll begin right away. So here you can see the images that shows the efflorences of bricks. This is what is known as efflorences. These markings that you can see on the drawing, this whiteness that comes out is known as the efflorences of the brick. So we are going to discuss in detail and the way we can avoid or at least reduce these efflorences. So now as per chemistry, the efflorences means the swelling out, and the word that is used is flower in French, and it means nothing else but the salts that are being deposited onto the surface in a form of a coating on the brick surface. So it involves the process of dissolving of a salt which is already held in water or in the soil or the earth that we have taken from making of the bricks, and it reacts in the presence of water or any other solvent which may dissolve with water or the soil and provides a coating layer that is left out onto the surface on the drying. There are two types of efflorences. One is the primary and the other is the secondary. So primary efflorences is due to the hydration process. When we mean word hydration, it means the process of the water penetrating into the brick and passing through the brick. That is because of the porosity of the bricks. Porosity means the capillary action which permits the water to go or pass through the brick. So it is porous, right? And secondly, it is because of the cementous water material which allows the soluble salts or the salt which are already present in the cementous material, and when the water evaporates on the surface of the brick, the insoluble salts, the soluble and insoluble. So I am talking about the insoluble salts which do not evaporate are left onto the surface of the brick, causing efflorences. The efflorences treatment. In general, we can scrub the surface with a hard brush and apply Dr. Fix-It, which is openly available in the market, and you provide a dampness coating which prevents the salt from coming on top or onto the surface of the brick. And the best way that we can fix it or get rid of efflorences up to a major level is by using a stiff bristled brush and cleaning the whole surface wherever you find these efflorences affect, and then we use a 5% solution of white vinegar. White vinegar is also known as acetic acid. So you take 1 liter of water, and in that 1 liter of water you add about 5% of acetic acid, and you wipe the surface where you find this Efflorence'S effect and let it dry thoroughly. So then it will at least reduce your effect of Efflorence'S. Here we have one question that we need to answer, is that can we have a free Efflorence'S effect for our brickwork that we are using, or can we have an entirely free Efflorence'S surface of the brick or the wall which we are using? So usually there are always salts and minerals present inside the soil for which we are using for our bricks, and even the water contains mineral salts in it. So it is never possible to have a free Efflorence'S bricks at all, but you can reduce it to that level that you don't find the surface being damaged. So the best way is that we can just decrease the level of Efflorence'S that we have with us. So this is the way that we can manage our things. We can just reduce this level of Efflorence'S, and we can decrease it to quite a great extent. These salts which we have, they are carried by the surface of the brick and the capillary action that is present in the brick. Now these salts are dissolved and the water carries it through the pores and provides the surface in a form of a crystalline effect on the formation of the surface of the brick. So the surface of the brick, we find that the efflorescence is there, and when these salts are evaporated and dried on the surface, they are brushed away and gradually dried away. So as far as the efflorescence is concerned, you can reduce it to quite a great extent that you don't find it onto the surface of your wall. But wherever it is present, as I said before, that you have to use that acetic acid, or if you want it from the market, you have Dr. Fix-It, which itself contains acetic acid to a 5% and can be used for brushing away the effluences and allowing it to dry. So now we'll come to the practical part, and we've already discussed the theory and some of the reasons and ways we can get rid of efflorences. So how do we conduct a practical in the laboratory and also in the field? So we take a sample of about 5 bricks, and these bricks are picked up randomly from the lot that we have. Then we need a scale or a ruler which is graduated in mm. If it is of steel, it is very good, and a tray, a container which can retain water so that the water does not get drained out of that particular container. Then we need a beaker. In a beaker, we need distilled water, and we have to submerge these bricks up to a height of 2.5 centimeter. And the procedure is as below. Take the tray and place it on a flat surface. Now pour in water and maintain the water up to a level of about 2.5 centimeter. So now here, as you can see in the figure, here we have the number of bricks, and the number of bricks over here are about 5 in number here. Then we have water in a beaker, a tray, an enamel tray. Then this is how we place the bricks inside the tray. Here we have the scale, and the scale is in centimeters over here. Here, as you can see in the figure, we are pouring water. So now the water is poured inside this tray, and we place a screen, we place a scale right inside this tray and maintain the level up to about 2.5 centimeter. So the water is poured up to a level of 2.5 centimeter, and we measure this level with the help of a scale. Next, after pouring the water into the tray, we place the 5 bricks inside the tray so that it can absorb water. After it has absorbed water, again we will place the scale inside the tray like this and maintain the level of your or the water inside the tray up to a level of 2.5 centimeters. So this is the second time that we are pouring water inside the tray and maintaining the level of 2.5 centimeter, and we leave the tray and the bricks and the water along so that it can absorb the water. The bricks, that is, can absorb the water and the water dries up. So finally, assuming that we have given it maximum time to absorb the water and maintaining the room temperature at about 18 to 22 degrees centigrade, we have already added once water again up to a height of 2.5 centimeter. Now we shall examine the bricks after the second evaporation, and this is how we proceed towards the table and provide our details. So absorption of water, then types of deposit and remark, and of course firstly the number of samples that we take. So here we have the first sample and we note down the details, the second one, the third one, and fourth and the fifth one. So out of 5 samples, what we need to see, deposit of efflorences. If it does not have any of the efflorences mark on it, you are easily able to use that brick without any hesitation. Then it has a slight Efflorence'S marking on it, and this marking is up to a level of about 18%. This has to be not more than 18%. Then it comes under the heading of slight. Then it is for the moderate one. So here the level is 58%, and this 58% area is taken up for the covered area or the surface area. When we talk about the surface area, it means the sides, the length and breadth of the surface area in which it could be in contact or it is in contact. I'll just explain you the term surface area right now. Then we have heavy deposits. These heavy deposits are more than 58%, and this will destroy your paint later on. So in any case, we will not be using such bricks that will destroy our construction work in future. Then it could be also serious, and this is absolutely avoided. So if we have heavy deposits, it is above 58%, it is at a risk. That means the structure could be at a risk in the near future. And for moderate, there is no problem. For slight, there is no problem, and if it does not have any efflorences, then there is no problem at all. So this is how we are going to judge whether there is efflorences precipitation or not. To summarize everything, we need to see that there should be no heavy deposits of efflorences and the serious one. As we had taken about 5 bricks, so out of 5 bricks, the result has to be marked down as follows. 5 specimens were taken from the lot, and 4 specimens should not be above moderate efflorences. In case it is, then we have to conduct the practical once again to clarify ourselves, and we will reach to the final decision. Now I'll be explaining you about the surface area. So now coming to the surface area. So over here, as you can see, over here you can see that this is your length, and over here this is your breadth. So this is known as the surface area. If you multiply the length by the breadth, you will get this surface area over here. So this will be your surface area. Similarly, the same thing will be below over here. So even below, you will get the same area. So the length into breadth into 2. So here it becomes L into B into 2. Then you have B into H. So here is your B, this one. Right over here is your B, and this is your height over here. So you multiply it by 2 again here. Why you multiplying it 2? Because this is one area, and here you also have another surface. Similarly, you have your height into length, and the length of this is over here, explained over here. This is the length and this is your height. The same surface comes here and same surface comes behind as well. So it becomes into 2 again. So if we add up this whole area, so here we get the solution, and that says that this is your cuboid or the surface area of a cuboid. So I hope I've been able to explain your view to for a cuboid or the surface area. And so this is how we take out the surface area. I hope you have understood your practical, and I'll be taking up the next practical very soon, and these details you will get in Hindi and in English on my blog, and you can see it and you can note it down. So you will get in English and in Hindi. So there is no issue. Those people who want to follow up in English, they can follow up in English, and those who want to follow in Hindi, they can follow it up in Hindi. So here is the block right below given. You can get down there and you will get everything. And even on the website, you will get which is in progress, and this is being updated. I will give you the link, so you'll get some of these over there as well. And thank you very much for watching. My best wishes to you all in life.